Hello, greetings everyone. Hello again. So I had so much fun talking with you guys last week. Last week we had our first learn-a-thon where we talked about credit, more specifically qualifying for high limit credit cards. So it was a lot of fun. This week is something a little different. We're switching it up this week and we're talking about income streams. We're talking about boosting your income. So this week, just like last week, we did 3 videos around qualifying for high limit credit cards. This week we're going to do 3 videos around boosting your income. We're going to do 3 videos around boosting your income. So one video, which is the first video we're going to talk about today, is boosting your income in a way that sustains and fulfills you, in a way that sustains your wealth and fulfills you as well. And then in the second video, we're more so going to be talking about how entrepreneurs can expand their revenue streams from where they currently are and expanding those into more revenue streams. And the third video is going to be more so on helping people with jobs that are already working in their purpose, helping them create greater economic flexibility. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Again, if you know anything about me, you already know I'm not the one to keep you too long. So I want to talk about boosting your income, increasing your income, creating multiple streams of income, creating additional income streams. This is what I'm going to talk about right now. Now, it's one thing to boost your income. It's one thing to create multiple streams of income, but to create it with a focus that you're creating these streams of income that fulfills you as well. So I think that's one of the things that people don't really consider as much when creating streams of income. Like, they're just focused on getting the bag, getting additional coins. That's the main thing that they're focused on. But they're not really focused on whether or not those income streams are fulfilling for them. That's the thing there. And when you build wealth that fulfills, that makes you more happier, and that gives you the freedom to really walk in your purpose. Because you can walk in your purpose, but you won't enjoy walking in your purpose as much as if you're not happy. So the key here is to be happy. Because we know that money does not buy happiness. We know that. And I know some of y'all are like, they always say that. But let me get a little check. And let me prove them wrong. You always got somebody to say, ooh, I sure would like to find out. You always got somebody that's going to say that, right? But it's the truth. Money does not buy happiness. You know, you may be happy when your income is increased. You may be happy when you're making a lot more money. But once the newness and excitement of that dies off, and once you get used to it, then what? What's next? There's a lot of wealthy people out here who are unfulfilled, unsatisfied, and unhappy with life. And I know some of you are like, how can you have all this money and still be unfulfilled and still be unhappy? There's a lot of different factors and a lot of different variables. But there are also wealthy people out here who are just lost, and who still does not really know what they want to do and what makes them happy and what fulfills them. And this is why it's essential, as you're building wealth, to consider what fulfills you in your wealth building strategies. It's not about how much you make, it's about how you make the money that you make. Again, it's not about how much you make, it's about how you make the money that you make. Because if you hate what you're doing to make that money, or if it's not fulfilling for you, if it does not make you happy, then after a while, the money that you're making doesn't matter, because you can't really enjoy it. No shade to people in law, like I'm just using this as an example, you know, but people who go to law school and spend all that time in law school and come out making good money. Look at me thinking of Joan from Girlfriends. Yeah, when you think about Joan from Girlfriends, right? Like, she spent time going, and I know this sounds crazy, but she spent time going to law school and becoming a lawyer, and she tried to work her way up to partner, etc., etc., etc. Whole time she was unfulfilled and wasn't even happy. It wasn't until she got the J spot where she started to find a bit more fulfillment in her life. So I want to talk about a solution to, or a framework that would help you build wealth that fulfills and wealth that sustains. And I know some of you have heard me talk about this before, but I want to talk about a framework I've created called G.U.T.S. Again, this framework is called G.U.T.S. And who G.U.T.S is for? Before we get into what G.U.T.S is, let's talk about who G.U.T.S is for. G.U.T.S is for those entrepreneurs that are looking to expand their wealth portfolios. G.U.T.S is for those folks working their jobs and they love their job so much, they love what they do. There's purpose behind their job. So an example of this could be a teacher. And then G.U.T.S is also for those people, again, it's for those people who love their jobs, but they need that economic flexibility. And then it's also for those people who do not like their jobs and are looking to transition into full-time entrepreneurship. So this is who G.U.T.S is for. Entrepreneurs looking to expand their wealth portfolios and their income streams. It's for those people who work jobs they absolutely love and they don't plan on leaving their jobs, but they need greater economic flexibility. And it's for those people who do not like their jobs and they're looking to transition out of the work life, out of the job life, and they're looking to transition into full-time entrepreneurship. So let me tell you what G.U.T.S is. Again, it is a framework that helps those create income that fulfills and sustains. G.U.T.S is a framework that helps folks create income that fulfills and that sustains. It helps you create income streams that are conducive to who you are. And when you're creating income streams that are conducive to who you are, when you're pulling from yourself to create these income streams, you're a lot more fulfilled. Now, am I saying it's going to be a lot easier? In a lot of cases, yes. But in some cases, it may not be easier, but it's definitely for sure a lot more fulfilling. So what does G.U.T.S stand for? G.U.T.S, G for gifts, uniqueness, talent, skills. Again, G.U.T.S is gifts, uniqueness, talent, and skills. And I believe that G.U.T.S, our gifts, uniqueness, and talents and skills, they're all aspects of who we are. And I believe that when we tap into those aspects of who we are, we tap into those, figure out what those are, and monetize those in a way that can impact and uplift others, that brings us that wealth that is so fulfilling. That brings us that wealth that is so fulfilling. Now I know it can be difficult to figure out what your gifts are. Some people go their entire lives figuring out or trying to figure out what their gifts are. Some people go their entire lives before they even figure that out. Your uniqueness, that's not really that difficult to figure out. You just gotta sit down, take some time and think about it. Talents, most of us know what we're talented in. It takes exposing yourself and trying different things to see what you're naturally good at. And skills. We know what our skills are. We've worked to build up some of our skills. And so knowing and understanding these parts of yourself, it allows you to leverage your self-awareness and it allows you to leverage who you are. And there's a lot of examples of people who not only represent wealth, but who represent freedom. When you look at their wealth portfolios and when you dissect them, it ties back to their guts. I was just talking to my students about G.U.T.S, and we broke down the wealth profiles or the wealth portfolios of Nipsey Hussle. We broke down the wealth portfolio of Jeezy and Rick Ross. And looking at their wealth portfolios, it's totally tied to their G.U.T.S. Totally. So when you are trying to figure out what your next move is going to be, what your next stream of income is going to be, I want you to consider your G.U.T.S. Start there. That is a great starting point. And I guarantee you'll go far with that. Not just far in the wealth department, but also far in the happiness department, also far in the fulfillment department, also far in the purpose department, etc., etc. But again, I promise you guys, I was not going to hold you too long. If you want to learn more about GUTS, I have an ebook on GUTS, really digging into the concept, going into detail. So if you are interested in that ebook, contact me and I will send you that ebook. It's completely free of charge. But yeah, so in the next video, I'm actually going to expand on how entrepreneurs can expand their wealth portfolios with their guts, and not just with their guts, but with their experiences as entrepreneurs. So again, it was a pleasure talking to you guys. I will see you in the next video.